A very warm welcome to all of you on the Vizag Defence Academy's channel. Today's video is about division and types of jobs in the Indian Army. The Indian Army has repeatedly lived up to the tradition of valor, heroism, sacrifice and fortitude and promises professional and personal growth at every stage of the career. The Army is divided into various divisions, and in today's video, we discuss the division and type of duties in the Indian Army. Infantry. The infantry consists of troops who fight their enemy on foot using equipments including from self-loading rifles, automatic rifles, machine guns, grenades, mines, anti-tank weapons, shoulder-fired missiles and rocket launchers. Elite commando units and paratroopers are also part of the infantry. Infantry officers and troops have to undergo intensive training in arms handling. Artillery. The artillery uses long-range field guns, multi-barreled rocket launchers and missiles for their maneuvers. The role of the artillery is twofold. In civilian areas, the artillery uses weapons such as anti-aircraft guns and surface-to-air missiles to protect sensitive locations such as dams, airfields, oil rigs, power generating stations, ports, etc. from the attack. On the war front, the artillery uses long-range field guns, multi-barrel rocket launchers and missiles for their attacking and defensive operations. Armoured Corps. The Armoured Corps consist of battalions of tanks and other armoured vehicles. The Armoured Corps can advance swiftly and are used to capture enemy territory along with the infantry. They can also defend positions by engaging enemy tanks in the battle. Armoured Corps is considered to be one of the most prestigious divisions of the Army. Engineers. The primary responsibility of the Army engineer is to quickly construct road, bridges, airfields, helipads, etc. so that all the three divisions of defense forces can advance rapidly. Engineers also destroy enemy bases, cause obstacles for the advancement of enemy troops. Besides, these also lay minefields and clear enemy minefields, defuse explosives, and construct other infrastructure for the combat troops. Signals. The officers and men in the Signals Regiment are responsible for the quick implementation and maintenance of communication links between Army headquarters and the forward position during wartime. Besides this, they are also responsible for electronic warfare. Army Service Corps. ASC personnel are responsible for the movement of troops, vehicles, rations, petrol or diesel, arms and ammunition, etc. The personnel of the ASC use road, train as well as water transportation in the movement. They are also responsible for safe storage of rations, arm and ammunition, clothing and special equipment. Electrical and mechanical engineers. The armed forces have a large number of equipments ranging from simple rifles to sophisticated missiles. Electrical and mechanical engineers are responsible for the maintenance of all the equipments of the armed forces and ensure that it's always in peak condition. The officers in this service include engineers from the field of mechanical, aeronautical, electrical, electronics and communication engineering. Intelligence Corps. The officers of this branch are involved in the collection, analysis and interpretation of information about the enemy troops, including their movements and plans. Officers in Intelligence Corps specialize in encoding and decoding messages, analysis of pictures taken by aircraft and satellite data collection and analysis. Ordnance Corps. The Ordnance Corps is responsible for procurement, storage, maintenance and issue of types of military equipment including ammunition and spares. Army Medical Corps. The Army Medical Corps include doctors who provide medical care for the family of troops and officers of the armed forces. During a conflict, they provide emergency medical care to wounded officers and troops on the battlefield. The armed forces train their own doctors and nurses at the Armed Forces Medical College and College of Nursing respectively. They also induct doctors from other medical colleges. Nursing officers. The nursing officers nurse the officers, troops and their families in the hospitals and clinics of the armed forces. Dental officers. This responsibility of dental officers is to provide dental care to the personnel of the armed forces and their families. Education Corps. Education officers provide continuing education to the armed forces personnel, especially with respect to the latest development in weapon systems, new techniques of warfare, computerization, communication systems, etc. Postal Services. The personnel in this service are responsible for looking after the postal requirement of the army. All money orders, personal letters and general mail is handled by the Postal Services. Military Police. Personnel of the military police are responsible for maintaining discipline and order among the troops of the armed forces. Judge Advocate General. This branch inducts law graduates to provide legal help to the army for handling various civil cases as well as disciplinary action against armed forces personnel. Veterinary Corps. Some regiments of the army use animals such as horses, mules and dogs. The officers of the Veterinary Corps ensure the well-being of these animals. So that was it for this video. So we hope you've liked the video. In order to see more videos related to the Army, Navy and the Air Force, please click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive future notifications from this channel. Thank you. Jai Hind.